Hillary Clinton just stuck a knife in Joe Biden's back. The woman who lost to the guy that the big guy beat says Biden's age and health are a big concern.
There was that heart-stopping moment where he almost fell over coming down the stairs a day or two ago. He didn't use the railings. Jill wasn't there with him. Every time that happens, your heart is in your mouth because these things could be consequential. Is that a concern?
Well, I mean, it's a concern for anyone. And we've had presidents who've fallen before who were a lot younger, and people didn't go into, heart palpitations. But his age is an issue, and people have every right to consider it.
Hillary's right. Presidents and presidential candidates fall all the time. Sometimes they get thrown into vans like a side of beef. Now, here's what the moderator was referring to. Biden falling while descending a flight of stairs in Japan, almost took a header. Biden in the hospital probably wouldn't be much different from Biden not in the hospital since no one ever sees him anyway. But listen to what she said here. People should be concerned about the president's age. And that's coming from a 75-year-old. Do you know what a trust fall is?
Saying, and I think he's right. Don't judge him by running against the almighty, but against the alternative. I am, of the camp that I think, he's determined to run. He has a good record that 3 years ago people would not have predicted would have gotten done. So I obviously hope he stays, very, focused and able to compete in the election, because I think he can be reelected, and that's what we should all hope for.
Oh, she's so excited. Let me translate. Ready? He's not Trump. His record is just good, but no one expected much. And I hope he doesn't totally lose his marbles and have to pull out before the election. Kellyanne Conway is a Fox News contributor. Kellyanne, you remember in middle school when you used to do trust falls to build camaraderie, and you used to go like this and you used to fall back and your people would catch you and that would build trust? Crooked just dropped the big guy. How do you see it?
Well, she did, and she'll always be jealous of him for getting the brass ring that she couldn't. A couple things to reinforce about what you said. Joe Biden almost fell, but Hillary Clinton did fall. And she fell 7 years ago at the age of 68. He's 12 years past that. And I think what she raises is what Americans are saying, which is that 70% say Joe Biden don't run again. And 69% say his age has an awful lot to do with why they don't want him to run again. This is important, Jesse, because if he had great policies, if the economy were humming, if we were energy independent, if crime and inflation were down, if the border were secure, they would say age is wisdom, it's maturity, it's seasoning, this guy is brilliant. They can't look past his age and at his policies, because his policies are just as bad, if not worse, than his age. Now, we all know what we see. Joe Biden and the Democrats want us to believe what they say, not what we see. We see a president with no pep in his step. We see no hip hop in corn pop. And that's going to cost him at the polls, because people will quietly go into the polls and say, my portfolio is down. Things are really tough. First-time home buyers can't get a leg up. We're almost in default in the debt. He has a no-show job, and he's too old for another term. The man is every day of 80. Last point, ABC News poll came out, Washington Post ABC News poll. The reason the left trashed their own poll, is because of the personal attributes in there. Donald Trump was seen as having much more, quote, mental sharpness and physical strength, health, than Joe Biden, to say nothing of the 50 and 60-somethings who may be running on the Republican side. So everywhere Joe Biden turns, he's going to face this. And it's that subtle, soft underbelly for him, too, among voters who won't even articulate it, but are going to take it right into the ballot box.
So these politicians like Hillary, who's done this for, decades now, they're professional fluffers. They can say the most beautiful things about a rock. Look at what they say about John Fetterman. John Fetterman, they say, is the next Abe Lincoln. Hillary can't bring herself to say good things about Joe Biden. Why do they hate each other? What is the relationship, Kellyanne?
Well, they hate each other because Hillary Clinton was the odds-on favorite to win in 2008. So Obama becomes the nominee. She becomes the Secretary of State, and Joe Biden, of all people, becomes the vice president. Turn around. Instead of Barack Obama doing the honorable thing, like Ronald Reagan did with Bush 41, and elevating so that we could elect his vice president for Obama's third term. He goes right past Joe Biden to Hillary Clinton. And she does the same thing 8 years later. She loses miserably crooked to a political outsider, first to Obama in the primary, then to Donald Trump in the general. So there's a lot of bad blood there. Joe Biden turns around and in probably his third time becomes president of the United States and doesn't want Hillary Clinton to help him. I think this is important. The two people who were most sidelined in the Democratic Party after Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in 2022 were Bill, but especially Hillary Clinton. Jesse, why aren't all these female candidates, all these young people saying, I've looked up to Hillary Clinton my whole life. She's been my political inspiration. She's why I'm running for Senate and governor and Congress. As a woman, as a young female, I want her to campaign with me, said no one ever. So she really is, no country for old man for him, but no party for crooked for her. Also, every time I see her speak, which is not often, I'm reminded that, is there anybody that you and I want to hear less from?
Oh, my God, she's so
more
boring.
often than Hillary Clinton?
Oh.
She's not aspirational. She's not inspirational. She still stutters over her words. She's got nothing to add to the conversation. And may I say again, these very wealthy people, the Clintons, the Obamas, they really do nothing for anybody else. I'd like to see their nonprofit work. I'd like to see them, bringing up, I'd like to see them work on the drug crisis, veterans, homelessness, you name it. We have a lot of problems in this country.
Oh, you mean the Clinton Foundation wasn't really delivering the goods, Kellyanne?
I don't think so. And by the way, why didn't that commentator from Financial Times do his job as a reporter and ask her about the Durham report? She was a floppy jalopy lemon in 2016. They've got one in 2024 in Joe Biden. These Democrats, folks, will stop at nothing to hold on to power.
All right, Kellyanne Conway, thank you so much.
Thank you.